Mamboni. So today it's on Sunday. I just wanted to take you through my days. So let me get along. So nimemaliza kunywa chai and opened the shop. Now my plan is to stay in the shop the whole day, but I'll take you through the small activities that I'll be doing. This is how the outside looks like. It's just a spacious space. So who grew up in poverty thinks about risk and reward in ways the child of a wealthy banker cannot fathom if he... Our findings suggest that individual investors' willingness to bear risk depends on personal history, not intelligence or education or sophistication, just the dumb lack of when and where you were born. Paycheck to paycheck and saving seems out of reach. Our prospects for much higher wages seem out of reach. We can't afford nice vacation, new car, health insurance or homes in safe neighborhoods. We can't put our kids through college without crippling debt. Much of the stuff few people who read finance books either have now or have a good chance of getting it done. Buying a lottery ticket is the only time in our lives we can hold a tangible dream of getting the good stuff that you already have and take for granted. We are paying for a dream, and you may not understand that because you are already living a dream. That's why we buy more tickets than you do. Take a simple example: lottery tickets. Mostly poor people buy them, which is to say, those buying $400 in lottery tickets are by and large the same people who said they couldn't come up with $400 in an emergency. They are blowing their safety nets on something with a 1 in a million chance of hitting it big. Every financial decision a person makes sense to them in that moment and checks the boxes they need to check. They tell themselves a story about what they are doing and why they're doing it, and that story has been shaped by their own unique experience. Kent would have been the founding partner of Microsoft with Gates and Allen, but it will never happen. Kent died in a mountaineering accident before he graduated high school. Every year there are around 3 dozen mountaineering deaths in the United States. The odds of being killed on a mountain in high school are roughly 1 in a million. Bill Gates experienced 1 in a million luck by ending up at Lakeside. Kent Evans experienced 1 in a million risk by never getting to finish what he and Gates set out to achieve. The same force, the same magnitude, working in opposite direction. Luck and risk are both the reality that every outcome in life is guided by a force other than individual effort. They are so similar that you can't believe in one without equally respecting the other. They both happen because the world is too complex to allow 100% of your action to dictate 100% of your outcomes. They are driven by the same thing. You are one person in a game with 7 billion other people and infinite moving parts. So I buy a stock and 5 years later it's gone nowhere. It's possible that I made a bad decision by buying it in the first place. It's also possible that I made a good decision that had an 80% chance of making money and just happened to end up on the other side of the unfortunate 20%. How do I know which is which? Did I make a mistake or did I just experience the reality of risk? Luck and risk are both the reality that every outcome in life is guided by force and other than individual effort. They are too similar that you can't believe in one without equally respecting the other. They both happen because the world is too complex to allow 100% of your actions to dictate 100% of your outcome. They are driven by the same thing. You are one person in a game with 7 billion other people and infinite moving parts. The accidental impact of actions outside of your control can be non-subsequential than the ones you consciously take, but both are so hard to measure and hard to accept that they are too often to go overlooked. For every bigot there is a Kent Evans who was just as skilled and driven but ended up on the other side of life roulette. With proper respect, you realize that when judging people's financial success, both your own and others, it's never as good as or as bad as it seems.